Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're going to be doing the remaining two matches from the friendly standard constructed league we're in at the moment. Just quick refresher, this is what the deck is. Rise from the Tides, blue-black control. It's been pretty successful so far. We're 2-1. So we have two matches remaining. We'll see how we end up. Hopefully do well. We got crushed by green-white tokens in round 3. Otherwise we beat, what did we beat? We beat a couple, either a black-white and a junk deck, I believe. Could have been a green-black deck too, but I believe it was black-white. What I love about this deck is that it can beat anything, which is nice. It's got answers for everything, whether that be planeswalkers, creatures, enchantments we can bounce and counter. So we even can deal with pesky main deck stuff like Virulent, not Virulent Plague. Or is it Virulent Plague? Maybe it is Virulent Plague. Whatever the 3-drop enchantment creature tokens get -2/-2 is. So yes, we're going to be doing 2 more rounds. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Like these videos. It helps me a lot. And tune in to the Twitch streams if you're not already. All right, we'll see you for the first of the remaining 2 rounds. All right, we're in the first round of the day. We're going to keep this hand. It's actually a pretty nice hand. Okay. So, anticipate next turn. I'm not exactly sure what we're digging for. That's weird. Did my opponent crack Evolving Wild on their turn? So maybe I just wanted to play the island there in case they rip a black mana, because I'm going to be doing Anticipate instead of... well, I guess that's alright. You can take Dark Petition, probably, I assume. Or Pieces of the Puzzle, because it's card advantage. Both of those work. Our opponent's going to know about Void Shatter now. I'm not sure that's a huge deal, though. Took the Void Shatter. Okay, so they definitely want to resolve something next turn. So let's get our Anticipate, see what we're looking for here. So read the bones for more card advantage or a second black mana. I guess we have Pieces of the Puzzle, so maybe I'm more on board with... Sunken Hollow. I think I'm actually going to take Read the Bones, though. So why don't... He knows that we got this off Anticipate or off our draw step, but I think I could do Pieces here. We'll do Read because it's harder to cast later. Double Transgress. I mean, it doesn't seem bad. I think we'll bottom one, though. We'll top one. All right. Okay. Nissa. I guess I can't kill her yet, but I can transgress my opponent and Anticipate, which isn't bad. Oh, well, let's play the Estuary and reveal the island. So now I guess I can grasp, but I'm not in a rush to do that. I think we're going to transgress. I want to see what our opponent's got here. Languish, Silumgar, Seasons Past. So Languish deals with our win con. We probably want to take that. I can deal with a Dragon Lord with like Ruinous Path off a Dark Petition or something. So I think we just want to nab the Languish. I should write this hand down real quick though. So Dragon Lord, Ruinous Path, Seasons Past. Remember, Transgress exiles, so And Grasp of Darkness. Okay. So let's get rid of this Languish, which, like I said, deals with one of our win cons. And we'll pass. We'll use Anticipate. I'm not exactly sure which one we're looking for yet, but we'll find out. What are we looking for? All right, I guess we can take a win con. I mean, I can find it off Dark Petition, but I can also find whatever else I need with Dark Petition, so it seems like a better thing than lands there. So I guess we can play Pieces of the Puzzle and sure, leave up Grasp for Nissa. So we could have 6 Rise from the Tides. I think I'm okay with that. We know he doesn't have Languish in hand, unless he drew it, which he could have. But we can also Dark Petition for our second Rise from the Tides. My opponent can play Dragonlord Silumgar next turn, but then I can also Dark Petition for a Ruinous Path or something like that, which doesn't seem bad. My other option is six zombies is not bad. It's going to take 2 turns of attacking. I think we go for it here. My thinking is, like I said, he's probably just going to play Dragonlord Silumgar. I'll petition for Ruinous Path, I'll kill it. Or, yeah, I guess we'll do the Ruinous Path. Oh, okay, he's going to just do Languish. Lumbering Falls could be a problem, but actually the Blighted Fin is pretty nice for that. So we can play Blighted Fin next turn and still have an out for that creature. Oh, okay. Well, if we find a counterspell, we're actually okay here. Let's play the Sunken Hollow. Wait, can't I Dark Petition for a counterspell? We already lost Void Shatter, correct? So that leaves me with Clash of Wills. So if I Dark Petition, I'm only left with a 1-mana Clash of Wills, which is not enough to protect me from a Languish. Is there anything else in my deck I could potentially find off the Dark Petition that would protect me there? Transgress. And I can Transgress for Languish. Why don't we do that? Okay. That seems good. Anything else? I don't think so. So we'll Transgress. Take care of the Languish. Alright. Opponents decided they don't want to keep it going. So let's sideboard accordingly. We're on the draw now, so I like Clash of Wills less. We want the Duresses. Probably want the Negates for Languish and stuff. Want the other Transgress. Mind Rot doesn't seem terrible. I think we're going to cut back on Languishes. There is Tireless Tracker and stuff, but I think I'd rather just have spot removal. It's probably going to be all I need. So we can cut at least probably 2 Languishes. Ultimate Price does not deal with his man lands. He's got to have Sylvan Advocate in there, I'm assuming. Actually, probably not. Seasons Past deck Well, it still could. I don't know all the lists too well, to be honest. I don't think there's anything I want to obliteration. I could grip. Deals with, yeah, grip actually seems good. The grasp deals with potential manlands, but not the lumbering falls. Ruinous Path deals with planeswalkers. Maybe I actually cut to anticipate and a couple grasps. Actually, the ultimate price doesn't seem great, so why don't we cut that for another Ruinous Path? It ups our curve a little bit, but I don't think my opponent's super aggressive, and Ruinous Path dealing with a potential planeswalker I'd have to worry about seems good. This seems fine to me, actually. Mind Rot's in consideration, too. But I want to keep at least a couple anticipates, I think, so let's do this. I don't really like this hand. We do have a Transgress, but no card advantage and a lot of lands, and Crush is like something... I think since my opponent probably sideboarded into hand control, I'm better off... Yeah, I guess I'll keep this one. Negate I'll keep, I guess. It's not an ideal card on top of our deck, but I think it's fine. All right, no Transgress turn 2. That's nice. All right, Blighted Fen. So we can grasp or negate. Pretty good options at our disposal here. We're going to negate that. My opponent would get 3 cards, which seems too good to me, especially since we're already mulliganed. Okay, now we can Transgress. See what we're dealing with here. Languish, Kalidas, Silumgar's Command. So I can grasp this guy, although he has the negate, but he'd have to get to 6 mana for that. So we probably just take the Languish. This counters our Arrives from the Tides, but he has to leave up 5 mana, which isn't super easy. Languish isn't going to be a problem till later. Maybe we do just want to take the... Well, what do I want to take instead? A Silumgar's Command? Let's write this down, by the way. Kalidas, Languish, Silumgar's Command, negate. All right, let's take the Languish. Once again, it's a card that my opponent can't get back with Seasons Past now, which is nice. All right, so they get our command. Has negate mana up too, so can counterspell a card draw if I were to get that. So my opponent basically just needs to play lands for 2 more turns, and then they can resolve Kalidas if they have double black and leave up negate with Choked Estuary. That would be a problem. All right, well, looks like we don't have to worry about that. So let's just grasp this dude. So Kalidas and Languish are gone, so our opponent... Well, I guess it's good they miss here. So all we know now is Silumgar's Command and negate, which is fine. But the negate's going to counter our card draw, which could be a problem. But we have to draw the card draw first, I guess. So yeah, Silumgar's Command and negate are the only knowns. in our opponent's hand here. Guess I might as well reveal it. Opponent already knows about our swamps. I mean, I guess it's good my opponent's not doing anything, but we're really not doing that much either. So basically I play pieces. I got to get by negate. I probably just chill though for now. The problem is he's low on mana, so he has to like cast something. So I'd rather draw something else and play pieces in something else in the same turn, which I think is going to be better, or make him negate something else. Okay, let's duress. This should work out actually. This is nice. So he can't cast Silumgar's Command. He's got 5 cards in hand and they're all spells, right? Because he just ripped the Quagmire. That's good news. So now we can resolve our pieces, which is good. We can get... yeah, we've actually got some pretty good options here. I think we'd take the Duress and the Dark Petition, though. Because we can cast Duress now. Languish, Dark Petition, Seasons Past. All right. So Seasons Past lets him get back pretty much everything, right? 2, 3, 4. So I guess we just take the Seasons Past. So I guess I do sideboard into Mind Rot. I should have written down everything I saw there. Let me just quickly scroll up a little bit on the chat window and look at that again. So we've got Dark Petition and Languish. Dark Petition, Languish. And I think that's it, right? 3 cards in hand. Silumgar's Command, Dark Petition, Languish. Okay. Sounds good. So my opponent can Dark Petition for Seasons Past, but then I can Dark Petition for Transgress. Okay. Because I think my opponent is likely Dark Petitioning for another Seasons Past. I don't love Dark Petitioning for a hand disruption, but I really can't let my opponent cast Seasons Past. My opponent knows I have Dark Petition too, right? Because I took it off of a pieces of the puzzle. So that's kind of telling. I guess Ruinous Path's probably not that good in this matchup anyway. Oh, okay. Well, I guess they transgressed for their own Dark Petition for their own transgress. So we know the remaining 2 cards in my opponent's hand are Languish and Silumgar's Command, which means we are essentially in top deck mode now, as is our opponent. That was a great top deck. So you can do pieces. Wow, okay. We've got some great options here. So I think we won Void Shatter. And I guess we want another pieces, because Dark Petition can get us anything we want, but we need some more card advantage. I could actually do Read the Bones, too. Yeah, let's do Read. I feel like Read is actually safer. And that way I can read the bones and leave up Void Shatter, which is pretty good. Just bottoming lands all day. I mean, the thing is there's... we don't need the Languish, so we'll bottom that. We'll take another read, though. Okay. All right. Fine. So our opponent knows about the Void Shatter. So we know our opponent's got Silumgar's Command and Languish. They could have attacked with Hissing Quagmire there. So I guess we can cast Read the Bones and get the Silumgar's Command out of our opponent's hand. Seems okay. Oh. Well, let's do another read then. Okay. All right. Looking good now. Counter spells for days. So card draw spells remaining are 1 pieces. And I believe the Dark Petition is on the bottom of our deck, right? So I think that, wait, we don't have any Dark Petitions left, so we basically have to wait until we draw Rise of the Tides, which is unideal, I guess, but that's all right. Pretty happy our opponent's not attacking with Hissing Quagmire. We'd have to bust a command for that. Actually, no, never mind. We have the Blighted Fen. Whoever suggested the Blighted Fen, I believe it was Rain. Thank you. That was a good suggestion. That is really nice right now. So we're just waiting to cast. We're waiting to cast a Rise from the Tides with triple counterspell backup. We'll need it because we got to get by a Silumgar's Command and a. Yeah, I'll Blighted Fen here, definitely. So you can bounce the Majoring Network with his Silumgar's Command. Something to keep in mind, but he has to have he doesn't have enough targets to cast it right now. Duress, I guess we want to negate that. Okay, so what do we know? We know our opponent's got a Silumgar's Command and a Languish in hand, right? So let's cast Rise from the Tides. And then we Void Shatter his Silumgar's Command. And then I think we can go for it here. I'm pretty sure we can. So I counter his counter, and then we counter his Languish. All right, and then he casts Languish and we Void Shatter, and that should do it. All right. So, Majoring Network, once again, an important piece of this deck because you really do have to just have, in matches like this, you just have to have a trillion mana. You have to be able to cast a 6-drop and leave up what all this counterspell back up to. So cool. Glad we could get there. We'll see you in the final round.